Hey, welcome back. Yeah, short hiatus, stacking up some records. We are back now, I guess, for the rest of the winter until we hit the end of the year video. If we do that, probably we do. We are listening to Gathering Stones, A Pale Omen, a tape that was sent to me by the man himself behind this project. This went up on Feral Heart Productions. There was a flyer with it that came with it. But yeah, if you want one, contact gatheringstonesbm@gmail.com. Recorded winter 2019-2020. So yeah, it's basically a promo, a demo for whatever's coming. Yeah, thank you very much also for helping getting it through customs. Weird looking artwork. There you go. I'm gonna turn it down just a bit so we don't overpower. Good stomp. So yeah, Gathering Stones, thank you very much for supporting the channel this way. Another one that supported or support comes from Isegrin with Triunus. There you go. This is a CD that those don't come around that much on the channel. I'm not going to play it because I don't have a way to play CDs. It's mostly in the car that I play these. A digipack on the label. I think it's self-released because I was looking for a label, but it's not on here. Guido SR. He is behind this project and he's also behind Hertogenwald. Decided to compile all these, all this material from splits he did with 3 other bands into one big CD. Now, if you want, for Belgian people, there's distribution, but for the people in Belgium, he still has CDs, but not that much, it seems, if he's not sold out. But yeah, let's see. There are splits. The first one is with Black Grail. The second one is with Sartegos, which I think is a very good band, and the third one is with Stargazer. I think that's an Australian band. Very well produced, very beautiful layout. There is I think there was a letterpressed or a hand-screened version. This is the regular, but the regular looks very good. So yeah, like I said, material from 3 different splits. You should look, if you see Sartegos, I don't know like Grail too much, but Sartegos and Stargazer are in the black metal. Stargazer is a bit like that cosmic death metal, and Sartegos is a Spanish band, but I have one tape of them and it's a very good tape. So this material is it's not black metal in the sense that it's more doom death metal actually, but yeah, the emphasis is on early doom, I should say, that also developed into black metal. So there is that sound. Is there something behind this one? Yes, Kissing Folk. But yeah, the tracks work well together. It's only his tracks, so the other people's parts are not on here. So it kind of feels like a full length in that sense. I yanked this chain a little bit because there is this bass sound, that slapping bass, and I said, "Oh, you're a Korn fan." He was not pissed, but he corrected me saying he pulled that sound from Mystifier, Old Unholy, and Cynic. So that region of which is a big region in that metal. But yeah. He has 2 fulls as far as I can see, or 2 fulls that matter to Endotation, is a 40-minute track. And then Initiatio, I think that's the last one that is more of a multi-track full length, both on Rampart Immortel, which is also the drummer for Hertogenwald, so it all fits nicely together. But yeah, check it out, Isegrin. I think some people know the full, maybe this is a nice, added bonus to all that material. Like I said, it works like a full length in my opinion, so yeah, a lot of Latin text, but yeah, check it out if you're into Dead Doom, which is also a very broad team. Yeah, we're going to do 2 books and then delve into the updates proper. The first book came in, there you go, United Forces. It's a heavy one, if you can see. It's a big tome. This is on Bazillion Points, one of my favorite book publishers. Now, I wasn't going to get it from the States because that's very expensive. For the Belgian crowd, once again, I'm sorry it's so local today. They have it at bol.com, which is shit site, of course, but they had it. I bought it for 38 euros. Now it went up a bit since there was, since someone bought it, and then they say like, okay, let's jack up the price a bit, I guess. But yeah, it's still under what you would pay normal price in America. So if you like it, check it out. This comes as a 1-2. I'll show the second one later, but United Forces is basically a compilation of, it says it on the cover, an archive of Brazil's raw metal attack from 86 to 91. Marcelo R. Batista. This already came out in Portuguese some years ago. Like I said, or like the book said, it is a compilation of those zines. It works very well in a 1-2 with the other book that came out, Zombie Danz magazine number 3, but magazine is a bit light for this one. Talk about that more. Why is a good 1-2 and not just the same? Zombie Danz magazine delves into the Brazilian scene exclusively. The United Forces zine was from Brazil, gave some attention to Brazil, but it also, if you see the regular zines, it's also about bands from all around the world. Venom is in here, for example, Exorcist, Dark Angel, Nasty Savage, Celtic Frost. So yeah, it's a bit all over the place. Although Battery, it's old stuff. But yeah, how this is built up is you get the zine first in black and white. There are some forewords, of course. I'll try to show it, but it's very heavy. Some forewords, of course, and then you get into the zine proper. Wait a minute, I'll try to show you what I mean, like this. So this is, for example, number 2. It's all written in Portuguese, of course, but then you get all the layouts and all the bands and stuff like that. And then you get the colorized or the pink version, which is all the articles translated into Dutch with some extra artwork and pictures. And then it goes into what was happening at the time in Brazil. So yeah, actually a very good one. But this one is, for example, when I go through it, it doesn't have the overload of classic pictures from Brazilian bands like Sarcophago. There is stuff in here, but you know, they don't skip it over, but it doesn't have the things you see everywhere. So yeah, that is part 1. Like I said, if you want it, get it from Bol for Belgium. Then this Zombie Danz magazine started as a zine. Now it's a big ass book. This is number 3, a Brazilian devil worshipper's prayer book. There you go. Very well done. I think they put a lot of work in here. This is True Nuclear War Now for the distribution. And what this is basically an encyclopedia of the early first. There is some debate as to if the second wave ever landed in Brazil, but yeah, United Forces gets a shout out, the man behind the project. But yeah, very well made book. There you go. They delve into regions, Minas Gerais, the land of legends with Behemoth. It has old Cogumelo posters in here. Classic material, go ahead. Yeah, it's chock full with awesome pictures, and it's really worth it. Plus, it's very affordable for a book. It is. I'm not saying it's zine prices, but yeah, you know what's up. Sex trash. It is chock full. Let's do one more. Yeah, every page is worth showing. Let's see the last one. Some of the last ones. There are reviews in here, stuff like that, so it's all over the place. There you go, you know what's up. This one came with a double compilation CD that you can yeah, check out the tracks and bands for yourself. It's nothing fancy, it's just 2 very stacked CDs. Part 1, MG, Bahia, RDJ, and others. And part 2 is Sao Paulo. But it goes from live tracks to demo tracks, like, I don't know, all over the place. Unreleased stuff, very worth checking out. Now I'm going to show a few Zombie Danz records, one that came with the package, but I'm not going to go into them. They are for the next batch, but if you are picking up the book, why not pick up some records? I think this one is sold out because he gifted this one to me because it had something wrong with it, and that's it. It has some paint off the cover. This is the Regier Sinister, I think, and the Moon. God damn it, should have rehearsed that one. The Moon Moondusk. No. Blanking on it. But there you go. A split between those two bands. Here Sinister has folk from Hail Conjurer playing in there, the duo. Moonfall, I'm sorry, cheers. But yeah, a great older sounding splits. Zombie Danz is in the category of the more arcane releases, if that is a way I can put it. Nice printed inner. There's the moon gate. There you go. But yeah, very nicely produced and done. This is the Behemoth card. There you go. Thank you. So that's a very good one. Like I said, I don't know if you still have it. Has it? This is one of the later releases, or from the later batch, the Winds of Mayhem or Winds of Mayhem. Also, very old, 87, pre everything, I guess. Comes always with these interviews / liner notes. This is a Belgian band, Belgian trash black death metal band from the south of Belgium. Thierry, Mickey, and Dominique. Doesn't get more rolling than that, I guess. But yeah, great cover. I wish they used, that's the other one. This is the third one is, oh, those logos. Schintjam. Oh, Jesus Christ. Unreadable. Like I said, I haven't delved, or I haven't given them the time of day. But yeah, I really wish they would stuck with this this one for the cover, or that it would pop up somewhere. But yeah, Transition à Mercurio. South American black metal inspired by Mediterranean unidisc cults such as Dallas Lord, Mortuary Drape, or Paul Cheney. Schentiam Templum, I think. It's kind of hard to read. The letters literally bleed into each other. But yeah, nonetheless, a sick cover, worshipping something. The back showed that one. And then once again, it has a lyric sheet. Schentiam Templum, yes. A bit better or easier to read. Always on black vinyl. And then the last one that came out for now is this one, Behemoth, and this is a band that is mentioned quite often in the book. Like I said, this is the card for it. A lot of plastic, a lot of paper. Cover art. There you go. One of the Brazilian bands that was on there. The Supremacy of Angel, Hedonist Rain, March to Baphomet, Black Altar, and Spiritual Iniquity. Hail Satan, yeah. Great logo. The other Behemoth, as they say, the now better Behemoth. A nice touch is that it has the red inner sleeve. Second one I have like this. These center labels are just the red wings popping through again. And then it came with a promo poster that has the artwork on one side with extra pictures, and then the Winds of Mayhem, the book, and the, once more, Scientiam Templum 12-inch. South American mystical black metal. Then what's coming next is Depravement soundtrack, self-titled, Spectral Moon, Tenebrae, Sinitam, Meam, and Abysma, Disciples of the Black Ram. Classic looking covers already, so we'll see where those come. But these will come back up. This will be the start of the next video, just so I can say something more about the sound. You know what the sound will be. It's going to be a very demo material-esque, but yeah, nonetheless, these records deserve a bit more praise. But like I said, if you're picking up the book, why not ask for some records and support that way the Zombie Danz crew. That's it for part one. We'll be back with the update proper. Yes, the updates. We have switched the tapes out. I really enjoy this one. Rather. Gathering Stones, yes. A Pale Omen. Thanks once again. Yeah, it is in the real hard stomping category. A lot of stuff is in lately, but yeah, if you pick out the greats. We are now listening to Moonrise from Abigor. If you hadn't noticed, there's a lot of Abigor going on in the back. This came from the big box set that Darkness something. What's the label? Darkness Shall Rise or something like it. Yeah, I'll talk about it more later. I bought this box actually once for Parker from Ritual Abuse, and then listened to it a bit because it was taking some time before I shipped it to the States. And I was going to dub them and just recreate the box, but I didn't find it at the time. And now it popped up somewhere for less than the price than it was originally sold, so yeah, I decided to pick it up. That spawned, I've written down somewhere in the preparation of the next video that is going to be a lot of Abigor data, or Abigor, that it was always in the periphery of my music listening, or what I was looking into, but now it's in full scope. The headlights are on there. Problem with these things, or with these records, problem with these records that they are hard to track down, one, and then if you track them down, it's pricey shit, but yeah, for now. The tapes and what I have will do. Tape box, very nice, very well produced, and yeah, great music. But more on that in a later stage. This is random stuff like usual. I don't know why I always keep saying this, but yeah, this is the last bunch of records that came from. God damn it, I'm blanking on the label again. I'll get to it in a minute. The Norton Heritage, and this is the Nunum records, the Necropole and the Clandestine Blaze. This is the 10-inch. I have to see what I'm saying. The 10-inch that was thrown out last, Fiery Pad and River of the Ancient Blood. 2 tracks on here that are. It's the new tracks, I think. I don't think these are leftovers from the Herre Shiarch, the full length that came out last year or something on CD, but yeah, what to say. The thing I like most about these guys is the vocal performance. They are so foul and nasty sounding, especially on this one, on the EP, more so than even on the full length. So they go a bit more crazy vocally. It does have that Americana style guitar playing a bit that doesn't work for me in these new songs, but yeah, kind of still dig it. They were not on my radar at all. They came on my radar, I think, with the release of the full length, because the EP or the 10-inch that came out 3-4 years ago maybe was sold out a long time ago and goes for or fetching a lot of big prices on the aftermarket. So yeah. Never delved into it. The cover is also a shitty cover, so I never picked it up. But yeah, this is a more classic cover, you could call it, what a landscape. There's not too much I can say about this band. It's a duo, Spell and Adept, vocals, intro, outro, guitar, bass, and drum. Yeah, this was recorded in 2022. Comes with the lyrics. Yeah, just a quick EP after the full length. Now this it's weird to put it all on 10-inch because 2 tracks. These are lengthy tracks, I guess. There's no playtime on here, but yeah, if you put it on a 10-inch, could have as well been a 7-inch, but I guess to keep the streak going, because the first EP was also on a 10-inch. But yeah, there you go. Nunum. Did I write anything down for them? Yeah, that just needs more spins, definitely the EP. Now, it doesn't help that it came in this bunch of records. 2 killers on the heels of these. But yeah, I decided to just pick it up, and the bronze is not a, not a shame in a gold, silver, and bronze. Although the bronze actually goes to the Apogeon record that was also communicated in this batch that I didn't pick up, which is also a very good record, but a weird cover with some fetus looking baby or something like it. Yeah, it's just the weirdest of the bunch, let's call it that. This is the full length. I'll look for a year maybe recorded during 2022, so it's this year, I guess. I was wrong. Norton Heritage 116 people involved, or the two guys, once again with all the lyrics on this one. There you go. Bit of a classic looking thing. Gaze of Henium, something like that. Darkness of God, Blazing Shadows, Death that is holy, Witch of the Ancient Night, Gospel of Slime and Rot. Nice. Under the Northern Sky and Sanctus Draconis. Yeah. Nice looking records. Just a single, not a double 12-inch. Oh. Always with the hawk or the eagle, and of course the Norton Heritage dagger. Nothing wrong with these records. Actually enjoyed them, but like I said, in the batch with Clandestine Blaze and Necropole, it's easy to lose track of these and just play the others constantly. There is no shortage of records in this vault. So yeah, needs a bit more spins, but we'll get there in the end. Then Clandestine Blaze, the new one from this year, on the heels of, I had it pulled out somewhere. There it is. On the heels of this one that I also enjoyed, the Secrets of Laceration from, I think, last year or maybe 2 years ago. Time flies. With the big tree. I think I remarked then that the sound kind of bulked up. I'm not claiming to be super familiar with the entire discography of Clandestine Blaze, but especially this one I listened to a bunch, and then, you know, the older material here and there. But it has that, it has the same thing as like Osman with VT Vrak, that he takes that raw sound and just bulks it up to a bigger standard or a bigger sounding records. This is definitely in that vein. Not afraid to take the foot off the gas pedal. I've written down to use when it speeds back up. It just uses speed as a weapon almost. Very strong record, very sharp records. The Birth of the Sun, Tombstone of Christianity, has this it has this groove in the record that makes it a very fun record to listen to. It's not when you put on a black metal record, take whatever you want. For example, Abigor, it is very good, but there's always it fills your mind, or my mind especially. Here it has ebb and flow, ups and downs. I'm simplifying it, but yeah, very good. And there you go. That is the cover. Once more, then it comes with this sheet. I like it very much. The statue that time has eroded. Lyrics on the back. Did I write anything more? Yeah, it's still dark as shit, although I called it fun, but it almost takes it into a doom sound, and I'm still talking about the Tomb of Christianity track, for example. It's the second track. Almost takes it into doom territory, but it's just a few RPMs above. It's never really dragging its feet, but yeah, just plays with that difference between speed and slow parts really, really well. So yeah, another Clandestine Blaze. I don't think, maybe it's a flawless discography. I can't say too much bad records in that discography as far as I know, so love this image still. And then the one I was waiting for from that label is the Necropole Yoga. This came out last year, 100%, but it only came out on CD in the first instance. The LP dragged along a bit. So yeah, Amertume with his other records. The guitar is played so tightly, it's almost amazing. It's like a groundswell coming up, these bubbling ideas that become these grandiose tracks. And then Amertume, the singer or the man behind this project, his vocal delivery is so, there's so much despair in his vocals. It's something to behold. But Necropole is one of the standards, I think, within black metal or modern black metal, or of how to do it properly. He is in the line of the pagan, of that pagan sound that is now prevalent everywhere, but he's leading the pack by a mile. So it is of course French black metal, so that has a leg up in these parts. Yoga is the team, Yoga is the title. It's not relaxing music by any means, but it's maybe a yoga in the sense as looking for a higher purpose or something. Evoked between the years of 2015 and 2022 by Amrta. Forged in solitary toil amidst Occidental mountains during the third year of the ground leveling of the old world, as a blade to slash to the end times. There you go. So yeah, we've been listening to it a bunch. It is a very good record. I heard some rumors that he was going to stop playing black metal, but if this is the let's not perpetrate that rumor. It's just a YouTube comment, so it's not even a rumor. But yeah, it would be a shame. Now, if this is his salute, then still very sick band. That is the Northern Heritage badge with this as the proper closure. So we left off in France with Necropole, so we stay in France for the next 4. I through Nightbreed merch or something, I found a zine that was done by the guys from Abigor that I printed out for myself because I couldn't read it on the on my phone. I also printed out the Black Plague zine. Just made a bootleg for myself, I guess. The Black Legion zine that, as far as I know, only had one edition. It says somewhere that we'll see if number 2 pops up, but yeah, it's very cool to read these things once again. All the bands are in, or almost all the bands are in here. Lord Akon, Belketer, so it's very nice to find have fun. By no means is this original or whatever, but yeah, it's just fun to have something to read. Water, delicious. Now, Black Plague. These are 2 mutilation records to get or to add to the ever-growing mutilation French black metal collection, if you will. These are, and for some reason I opted for these because normally if you see mutilation or re-releases of any kind, they are on Drakar, of course. But Dark Adversary also did some of his releases. I think they pressed this one, the one I have, and then the Vampires of the big one. They had a 1, 2, 3 of these, and I don't know why, but it kind of made sense to pick these up. There you go, classic looking records, black and whites. But this guy, now I'm not trying to be the gay black metal dude, but I think he is a rather fine looking gentleman, this Minoc, especially in these pictures, the wheelchair pictures. Grimly Reborn. So Black Millennium Grimly Reborn is from 2001, and this is actually, if you know what they did, it's always been raw, it's always been, you know, the Black Legions, but this is actually very listenable sound-wise. Yeah, in comparison to their older material. I'm not saying it's the same as Clandestine Blaze was doing, but it is a very listenable record. Eggs of Melancholy, New False Prophet, I mean, these are some of the best tracks. Hang Priests, Inferring Iraductus, Curse My Funeral, A Dream, Black Millennium, No Mercy for Humans, which is one of my favorite tracks, and then Black as Lead and Dead. Very good full lineup. It has lyrics for every track on here, so yeah, no-brainer to finally pick this up. I was waiting for originals, but it's always the same story. It's just too much money and it takes too long. Here's him again in a office chair instead of a wheelchair, and then big boobs, Nun doing her thing. This is a single record, single black vinyl, and this is the, I think the center label was more of the original cover for this one because it had a few re-releases or alternative covers shown in. I survived time and death to meet you when all stopped in '96, and childish bands were ruining black metal scene. So you can imagine what it is now. But I don't know if that's readable, but it's his manifesto. And he was tired of it in '96. We are now almost 20 years later, and people are complaining still. So yeah, there you go. Grimly Reborn, very good one. Then Remains of a Ruined Dead Cursed Soul. Second one also on Dark Adversary. This is from '99. This is more of the unhinged sound you are used of hearing of mutilation. Yeah. There you go. Very good picture. They always have great pictures. This release is officially cursed by Mainak. Here is a piece of the Evil the Gestalt of Abomination album, which should have been out in late '93 on a Colombian wanker shit label. A rough 4 tracks recorded tape, which will be only appreciated by old black metal freaks. The other songs are the following of the Vampires of Black Imperial Bloods album. So yeah, '93, '93, '96. There you go. The track list. Once again, classic material. There you go. Some more pictures, and then once again the original, or the more original cover of this one on the center labels. Get in there. There is this one that came with it. I'm not sure what it is. Some label. Petit Oiseau Records, I think that's where I got them from. They can be removed. It has nothing to do with the bands or the records. But yeah, bulking of the Mutilation collection with some, I'm not saying originals, but I just dig the fact that they're on Dark Adversary. He was selling a bundle once and then caught my attention. Then from Folklore, Peste Noire. I don't have too much. I think I have one album, the Green and Gold. I don't even know what it's called. Something French. But I was in France at the beginning of my holiday, and they popped up, especially the second one, this one, and it grabbed my attention. So I decided to finally pick them up, because these records are already going for retarded prices. Yes, and I mean the word retarded in the way that it should be meant. It's incredible how these things skyrocket in 1 or 2 weeks, while the record is still, you can still get it from the band itself. Yeah, they are expensive, but they will never be as expensive as they are on second-hand markets. So, yeah. Dasani de Ciel, I think. Panégrique de la Dégénéresse. There you go. One of their earlier records. They are pressing and repressing a bunch of stuff, so it's good to see these records still be in heavy rotation or in heavy pressing. Very nicely done. Reverse cardboard stock printed on there. Classic looking records. And this is more of their early period, where they are more a bit pure black metal, in the sense that the later records, what I'm going to talk about next, is an amalgamation of sounds that come in. They have a lot of folklore going in later work and other things, but this is more of the leaning into what they did on the demos. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks. There you go. I showed the inside, I guess, once more. Nice, both medieval looking thing. These are both on white. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the second pressing of these records. I'm not sure. When you're on holiday and you had a few holiday drinks, it's easy to fall in the trap of ordering records. I'm not saying it was not intended to, but here we go. Comes with this kind of miniature booklet with some tracks, lyrics, and some more artwork, and the lineup on the back. And this was when Nash was still in the band. Famine, which is the only surviving member now, I think. Wintertaler Indria Niège, who does Orgue et Batterie sur titre 1 and 8. But yeah. La Messine Erlequin. There you go. Yeah, some Peste Noire finally. Once again, these records also, if you're going for originals, be prepared to get into the tree figure collecting market because pricey as hell. There you go. That is one. I'm not sure if it's the first or the second. I know that Folk Folie or whatever is one of or two, but yeah. L'ordure à l'état pur. Peste Noire. This is yeah, this is I'm not sure. I haven't written it down, but I think maybe their 5th full length or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know too much from Cogumelo Peste Noire except from what everybody knows. This is the perfect example of the influences that come from everywhere. This is a mixture between black metal, between the movie La Haine, the Marseille street life. There's folklore on here. There's, I mean, when he does that rooster called that cocorico, that very, very cool on this record. I like that. He just screams his guts out on that one, but it also feels like, you know, a tablecloth. So even the way it looks is very, very French. Peste Noire is very French. Artwork-wise, all over the place, but yeah, awesome looking. What did I write down? It kind of, this record in some places kind of reminds me, due to the weird orchestration, in some cases, yeah, it's comparable to a band like Le Goubrum, also their trajectory where they start from, you know, you have Winterstone, then you have the white one that I just showed, and they just blossom up into whatever they become. I'm not saying it's the same band, but yeah, I can see there's a parallel to be drawn. Banlieue Madman, I've written down, aka La Haine. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, seek it out. There's something in the French area. This also has that hooligan bravoure that they show or that they play with. It's just a very good record, very entertaining record. This one. It in French style comes in 2 colors: red, white, and blue. There is the lyric sheet. An old fart reading a paper. But yeah, there are 5 tracks on here. Casse, pêche, fracture et tradition, couchon, carotte et les sœurs grottes. I think j'avais rêve du Nord. I dreamed of the North. Sale famine, vont valfoutre, and la condi, oui. Something like that. It is French. Did I write anything? Yeah, melting pot of influences, hip-hop, metal, folk. There's a lot of humor in here, but there's even more anger in here. It has gun sounds, and everything is in here. 2 beautiful looking records. One is a rat. This is a gorilla on top of a cruise ship. I think someone got Photoshopped for the first time. And then there is a blue one, Poisonous, and here's the man himself. Love him or hate him, I don't know him, so can't say either about him. Something more? No, I guess not. That was it for Peste Noire. But yeah, it's cool to finally have some of their material because, like I said, these records are expensive as fuck. I know Werewolf was selling 3 for 600 or something like that, so out of my price range for now. Yeah, into the last part we go. Into the last part, but we'll definitely hit the hour mark with this last stack. I've put on this one, and it even has carrots on the back, so you know the Le Goubrum thing, it's there a bit. So yeah, from France we are going into Poland with some newer material by another Polish horde, Diabolical Full Moon, with the resurrection of the ancient fate, unholy reborn Polish black metal art. Jeez, that's a mouthful. On Senior Rex, a label that's still going strong and putting out excellent material. What this is just like the Pagan Wolves Will Rise Again, the first one, which was their first full length. I think this is their second full length after a few demos. A band that is part of the Southern Resistance from Poland. Now I think the Southern Resistance is maybe 1 or 2 people, I think, because it's always this guy, Leshy. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Wait a minute, here we go. Leshy, L-E-S-Z-Y, all instruments, vocals and compositions, and then Not Diabolical Poetry, which is, I guess, his wife or his girlfriend. But yeah, apart from that, a duo. I think there was a personal change with it because I don't think it was always a female who was doing the second part. What this is, it is kind of shitty to just call it Temple of Full Moon Worship, but they do it themselves, so why not? They have this incredible classic Polish sound that they kind of recreate to keep the tradition just going. But I think they do it from a right place, and it's not rip off. It is basically just worship. The synths on this are a very major player. I think they are on par to be one of the betters in the modern scene, or yeah, whatever the modern scene is. They feel very familiar. They have that Infernum, they have that early Graveland, they have that Velas sound, especially Velas. There's even one part on, what's the track? The third track. So the Pagan Spirit, it has this, the synths almost bound together every war-tinged song that is on Velas, on the Black Mountain, and puts it in, condenses it into one weird-ass sounding synth track. So yeah, the production is very good. It just has this light blanket laid on top, so it's not all very clear, but the synths cut through even clearer. So yeah, once again, synths are very prominent and very good on this record. Very classic-looking cover. It's weird that he has his own shirt on, but it's a good shirt, so why not? There you go. Anti-religion, anti-every religion, intro, the fall of Israel, the pagan spirit, the resurrection of the ancient faith while Purgisnacht, and then battle amok in the dark shadows of Carpathian night, Kristallnacht. That's a cover, of course, and then storm through the pagan land with an outro, like I said, on CNRX. There we go. Diabolical Full Moon worships only true Polish black metal and every act of aggression against Christian, Jewish, scum, and Muslims. The music is dedicated only to elite, pure-minded individuals who support traditional evil black metal. Leshy and Not, who has a Vlad Tepes shirt on. So yeah, there is some other influences. There is a lyric sheet. And then this is the, what is it, a Galaxy merge? I don't know. It's just, I think, silver, gray, and black. This is what I mean with, you know. So yeah, silver, clear, and black. What that means is a yeah, kind of a transparent silver that they run some black smoke through, but nice looking nonetheless. Came with some flyers. I have no idea what this is. Here you go. Pennsylvania black metal. They still have the Alliance whip. Here we go. This is interesting. This has Nachtlicht, Diabolical Full Moon, Storm Legion, Double Axed, and Werewolf Blood Order. So yeah, nice bunch of releases, and then it has a CNLX new logo card with, I'm not sure, Obscure Twilight. I think the tape is here somewhere, and I promised to tape away, and I'm going to do it because a lot of the gifts I'm receiving for the channel are on tape, so I'll get around to it. I swear to God, but no promises. So yeah, Diabolical Full Moon. If you are into Polish material from the 90s and you want something new, get into it. Yeah, classic Dungeon Synth, just a Dungeon Synth track on here. Electric Razor guitars buzzing through. Kill, Destroy, Desecrate is one of their logos that is somewhere on the record. I'm not going to pull it out again. But yeah, like I said, Southern Resistance, all those bands kind of have something going for them that it's very, very good. Then, the zine I was talking about is this one, the Abigor zine. Support the war against Christianity. They meant it. The Art of Necronomicon, and this is number 3. Love the cover, that image. Then here are the people behind it, or that are doing it, and the lineup is Black Funeral, Summoning, Satanism, Basic Introduction, Ancient Behemoth, Grand Belial's Key, another Satanism piece, Demonic Infernum, which that is the band that got this zine on my radar. I've read I was reading an article, and I didn't know where it came from, and it was this because of the borders. Forgotten Woods, Nefarious, Black Order, Faust, Nibelbrich, Detroit, and more and more and more. PK, of course, is on here. Yeah. Make War Not Love, World in Flames, Anti-Life, Anti-Peace, Anti-Lights, Countess Nightfire. Cool. Let's see, the Behemoth one, for example. There you go. I was looking for the Infernum to just show it as an intro. But yeah, it's a very good scene. Now they are out of whack a bit. I made one more print for a friend or a colleague of mine, and I warned him that they would be out of order. But yeah, so yeah, the Infernum. We are still in Poland, and then I really decided to delve in and pick this one up. Infernum with Tauch nu Foin, I guess. I don't even know if that is Polish, but yeah. One of the classic Polish records that has the man on here. I'm going to blank on his name. Anextiomarus, I think that's how you call it, on bass guitar and vocals. Then Capricornus on drums and Rob Draken on keyboards. This is on Sombre Records, and this is a kind of official, unofficial, but it's considered the first pressing, I guess, of this record. The liner notes are by an eyewitness of those days. Now, if you're familiar with the lore or the what happened originally with awesome, with the entire scene, is that the Temple of Full Moon that was yeah, created by guys behind Santotol, and there were more people in there, but there are two really good articles in the, what's the zine? I'll try to mention it. That Black Death, and then the guy behind Thunderbolt. I think that's the article. I think Bardo Methodology, the last one, but I'm not sure. They talk about how it was created and down its logical demise, because it was getting out of hand in the same way that Norway was getting out of hand, and even a step further. This guy, Anextiomarus, was actually a brilliant guy music-wise. This record is, I mean, it's one of the classics of the Polish scene and just the entire black metal scene. Just like the Diabolical Full Moon, the synth work here is very, very Polish, very ear-catching, very good. Did I write anything down for it? No, I don't think so. No, just, I guess, from the heart. But yeah, the liner notes on this one are by an eyewitness of those days, and he talks about how it deteriorates basically from the start. Once, because Temple of Full Moon in initial thought was a satanic cult or a satanic group that had black metal as their weapon, but there soon came some right-winged people in, and the violence and crime, I guess, began. Now, the man behind this one, it is recorded in '94 in the Eisengarth Studios in Breslau. The guy, Anextiomarus, kind of was schizophrenic, I guess, and he, yeah, in the furthering of what the Temple of Full Moon was, and Infernum, and just the entire Polish scene, he kind of lost his mind. There is a story where he traded something with Fenris, maybe some tapes, maybe some records, and he blamed Fenris for not coming through with it, and he was actually going to Norway by train, I think, to kill Fenris. So he had, I don't know, look it up. Like, I talked about to somebody that they should do a book, but the book would be banned before it's even written. So yeah, mentally sick subhuman, he said here. But, he never made it to Norway, but yeah, there was a bit of lore from this beautiful record. Once again, a more of a pricey record, but yeah, if you just keep looking and keep searching here and there, it will pop up for a reasonable price, which is still saying a lot here. Finally took the plunge and got this one. It's not a mint copy, but I'm not looking for mint copies anymore. You know, these records have a story behind them, and coming from the people who they are coming from, I'm very content with it. There you go. Infernum, another Polish one ticked off. Then let's see in my notes, what more do I have? when I went to Pankak Festival, beginning of the summer, I talked to Jesper from Cogumelo. We were talking about what happened in Denmark before the entire Cogumelo blew up, and Denmark was put on my map, for example. I knew the Bloodlet and I knew some more bands, and Bloodlet has a side band or an earlier band that is Wolfslair. He talked about this record in such a way that I was, while talking to him, looking on my phone to see if it was still available, and it's dirt cheap. It is a record that is so good that is a crime to have it. I think I paid 12 euros for this, straight out of Denmark. Now it's a blood splattered all over, very nice looking gatefold. There you go. Some of the original artwork on here. Legion and Wolfslair. Legion Anno 94 and then Wolfslair 2006 to 2009 that then kind of became Bloodlet, but there are people in here from the Inquisitor, Ulcerot, Nidhogg, so yeah, and then Bloodfest, of course. This is Odin by Wolfslair from 2005, but it was then re-released on vinyl and cleaned up a bit in 2011. It's limited to 500, and then it has the full-length Odin, and then it has extras on here from Legion of Darkness, it says here, but it's just called Legion. But yeah, very good record. If you listen to the bands I was talking about, also the Inquisitor, and probably a slew of other bands, it is one of the earlier examples of, early in the sense of what we are listening to now, or what we are witnessing now in black metal, the perfect marriage between dead and black. It has 2 or 3 vocal styles going through it. There's one black metal, there's one very growling death metal one. But yeah, it's actually a full assault. It just keeps going and going and going. I think a lot of people enjoying this channel, enjoying the music I enjoy, that will definitely get a kick out of this. But yeah, it is a double 12-inch, very well pressed, thick black vinyl. I don't know what label it is on. Ancient Darkness Productions, and like I said, it was 12 euros for all this material. It comes with a poster and a inner sheet, and that is what's, I guess, cleaned up a bit. Wolfslair, there you go. This is the original cover. There you go. It has the Schfustiku, and this is the cleaned up version then, I guess, with the new logo in there. But yeah, recommend it for sure. This is the Legion, I think the demo tape cover. Atrocious logo, but yeah, very good music. A little bit of French techno, but yeah, I mean, it is really recommended. What is there anything more I have written down? Odin 2005, no. Perfect blend between dead and black, yes. Duality between the vocals, yeah. Yeah, very good record, nothing more to say. And then, as a bonus, notes away, I'm going to drink for this one. Cheers. I had a somebody who wanted to support the channel and did a financial injection, I should say, because I wanted to grab some classic records, since I don't know if Zombie Danz put it in my head that, yeah, I think it was just how things go. The focus or the scope was definitely on Brazil. A lot of releases and a lot of things coming out. The fact that I knew 5% of bands that came out of that country, especially from the mid-80s onwards. Like I said in the beginning, the second wave never came because they are all adepts of the first wave and just keep going. Of course, influences come in and they have heard Mayhem and they heard, you know, Trash and whatever, but it's always this weird combination of Trash, Black and Dead that just keeps going and keeps going. Now, these are not the classics, but in some cases they are the classics. This is Sepultura, the first stuff. Schizophrenia, the first one. This is already I guess it's the first full length. Still in the original not in the original lineup, I'll talk about that a bit more later, but Max Calera, Polo Jr., Andreas Kisser, and Igor Cavalera. So they already had a lineup change, but in some ways this is the classic lineup. This is the original gatefolds from the Cogumelo from, where's the year? 87. So yeah, there you go. Very nicely looking, almost mint cover for coming out of that period. Now, I don't really like the cover, but I like the color scheme. Incredible. I do like the cover, but it's just drawn very bad. The not definition on this guy's face, but yeah, maybe it's just his mental state as being portrayed. Intro: from the past come to storms to the wall, escape to the void, Inquisition Symphony. Jesus. Screams behind the shadow, septic schizo the abyss, and rip rest in pain. English was not their native language, so yeah, it is translated just how they knew it was translated, just with a dictionary here and there. So the lyrics are weird in some cases. Ultra special thanks to Yakult, vodka, Dippenlick, Mule, Cogumelo, pizza, whiskey, spaghetti, beer, and more and more and more and more. But yeah, classic material. They are known for their thrash side, I think, more than their early on death metal leanings. But yeah, thrash was never far away, in the sense that it is one of those bands that helped other... I'm not going to say they are responsible for black metal, but it is played in such a way that when death and thrash really go hand in hand, you kind of end up like with Sarcophago. More than Sepultura, you end up with proto black metal, in the sense that it goes in that lyrical direction, it goes in those, you know, that amalgamation of sounds that is created by these things. Then we have the Bestial Devastation, and this is the very first thing they did. So the original with split with Overdose. Overdose was also a Brazilian band that the record's done, but I'm almost done anyway. I'll put the tape back on. A bit more Abigor won't hurt. And if you don't like that band, I suggest you find another channel for the coming periods, because it's going to be a lot. Cogumelo did a split with Overdose. Overdose is a Brazilian band that is in the vein of Iron Maiden, I guess, a bit. It even has a kind of a trooper on the cover. And they were the bigger band at the time, and then they decided to put the Sepultura Bestial Devastation on the B-side, just to give them some more notoriety, or that they got picked up sooner by the crowd. That worked very well, because the Sepultura side was, of course, heralded as the better side of the two, while the Overdose is definitely not bad, but you know. It is, once again, the red label Cogumelo. I think there is a black label too, but I'm not sure about that anymore. It's been some time since I delved into it. It comes with the original death metal liner notes or text, and this is the Overdose side. You can see them, they're more new woman than death metal, but yeah, very cool looking record. So that is the split, and then the re-release, the special bonus track Troops of Doom, the new remixed version. I actually prefer this cover to the split or the original. It's just a tinge more darker, more black, more contrast, and a different logo, of course. They have a few logos. I think this is the second one. It's a bit more sharp. The Cavalera brothers re-released these with, you know, Cavalera, the same logo as this, but yeah, classic cover. You love the yellow band here. The back, as good as anything else you've seen. Open stance in the jungle. Side A, The Curse, Bestial Devastation, Antichrist. Side B, Necromancer, Warriors of Death, and Troops of Doom. The was recorded in 1990. And this is from, is there a year on here? No, but it's, you know, mid 80s. So yeah, there you go. The guy, I think, him, that's why I said the original lineup, or the semi-original lineup, the guy from, or the main singer from Sarcophago was in this band in the first lineup, or the very, very first lineup. He wrote a few of the tracks, but then quickly decided that Sepultura was not heavy or not foul enough, and he started what is now known as maybe the best or greatest band from Brazil. There's a debate, a brewing, I guess, but yeah. There is still a war going on between those two people. They still spit at each other when they meet and stuff like that, but yeah, that's war that you can read for yourself. That's it. Thanks to my generous benefactor for injecting some aid into the channel and getting these, yeah, forever in your gratitude. We hit the hour mark and we are going out on some more Abigor, but yeah, that was kind of a well thought out update. I think we went from Finland to France to Poland to Brazil, so all around the world. The next one is brewing, and then we'll get into Austria. So put on your short pants and, you know, Jägermeister hat. We'll get there. That's it for now. 1 hour of Filth, and I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks for sticking with me, and, you know, until next time. Thanks.